This is another light fixture I built. This is for growing plants, any type of plants in the vegetation stage. But this is a blue light here. Now these are, I think these are only 1 watt. They're still fairly bright. Now, I have 3 of these I built. I made these from the ground up, soldered the lights onto the back plates, made these little frames out of wood, and I designed these frames. I designed those frames to hang in these racks, 2 of these racks side by side. These things light the whole house up at night. This is another one I made from an old RV. This used to be a fluorescent RV light. A lot of you guys have seen these, I'm sure. So these are 1 watt also. And it's fairly bright. This one held up fine with I have the correct resistance. Running just a hair hot, maybe at 3.2 volts roughly a piece. So I tried that with this one here. It's got 5 watt on it, but they slowly would burn out. I have to repair this one, get the bugs out of it. And I have to put a buck down transformer. And here was my ultimate lights I built. I made 2 of these. They're approximately 200 watts each. Each light, now I didn't assemble these lights. I bought them already assembled, but I glued each one in place and I came up with this layout. So as you can see, I've got it written down, the color of the light: red, blue, ultraviolet, yellow, blue, red, and so on down the line. On this took me, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks to do one. Now they hang like that, so the dust got collected in the back. And in the back here, I have 2 bus bars for negative and positive, and then I have them wired to it, just a standard solar panel connection. Now I didn't have switches on these. These ran directly off the solar panels with no batteries. This is a really interesting project here. Inside I have all the layout of each light, because different color lights take a different voltage. So all these lights I designed were wired for a 12 volt solar panel open circuit, which is roughly 20 volts. And I just happen to have these jumper cables here. I haven't had these lights on in probably 5 years, so far so good. Snap. They snap too when they go in. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I was talking, so probably not. Okay, is it gonna work or is it gonna blow on me? Here we go. Look at that. Looks like I have one burn out here. Might just have a loose wire. Other than that, it's working fine. So this thing would come on with no batteries as the sun was coming up. So before the sun was even up, it would just start, just like the sky, it's slowly lighting up. My house would light up. This infrared, yeah, that's what it is. IR, infrared. Infrared, so they don't show up. You can't see them with the naked eye, but they're glowing. So there's none burnout. That makes sense. Okay, this is the first batch of my homemade yard lights I'm going to build. They're going to be hardwired with this switch. Okay, this photocell can handle 5 amps with a wide range of 8 to 50 volts DC input. So I'm going to run it at about 19.5 volts, which is the voltage coming off of a 12 volt solar panel. As you can see, I've been fiddling with these lights for years. Another detail is white LEDs. They run at a voltage range of 3.2 to 3.6 volts, if I remember correctly. So LEDs, you don't want to run them over. In fact, if I've found lately that you want to run them cool. What are you doing? Alrighty, there's my first batch of 18 homemade yard lights. It's the first time I've ever made this particular type of light configuration. I've made many lights, but not this setup. Here's my photo sensor housing little box I made. Well, I got enough silicone on here, that's for sure. Here's the back of the lights, the wiring, these little straps I make out of, I was using a coffee can lid, the plastic works good, it works pretty good, but it will deteriorate after time. Now I'm trying this rubber inner tube stuff. It seems to be work well. I might switch over, the next ones use 3 watts instead of 1 watt. Well, they seem to be getting brighter. Either that or it's getting darker out. I'm not sure which. See, I don't know if you can see that. The light's bleeding through still during the day, and it's supposed to go off during the day. So I don't know. The little switches inside that box there. So I didn't completely finish wiring, cleaning up the wiring here because it doesn't seem to be working correctly. So I'll disconnect it and see if I can figure it out. Those are 1 watt LEDs out. I have a wire in there right now. I just got these in 103 watt. So I'll wire a bunch of these up outdoors around the sandbedder area and all around the yard once I get this switch figured out. Even without the switch, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I can just put a manual switch. I don't care. So this is the photoelectric switch I have wired in there. And for some reason it's still on during the day when it should be turned off during the day. So I'll see if I can figure it out.